flowers, you have something, some pebble or something of nothing. But you will come to know everything is charged with the big power of shocking current of negative power to kill you, and that it will go on adulterating your mind more and more, more and more, till you are totally no more acceptable to the light which is there coming out of the soul, and that the glass of the mind has been totally covered with the black soot of the negative power, and that it is only radiating all that what it has got from the negative power, from all darkness, and that we become more and more hard, more and more negative. And this is the variation in each person, that how much he have been able to collect out from outside the darkness, and we have become more and more hard, and how much we are little safe, and how much we have been able to clean ourselves. Because this, no doubt, word is only a source of making us dirty, our mind negative, more and more we are to feed ourselves with some kind of poisons, that we are not able to live, we are not able to live, we are not able to live. And that there is also some way that we can clean ourselves, cure ourselves of this hard situation. As if we go outside, we have to clean our body and also our shirt when we come back. And if we have been able to clean it, wash it, then it again come to the normal condition. Because the atmosphere where we are working, we have to work. Because there is no way that we cannot work in this world, because we have got a body. And without a body has to live in this world, and it has to collect some negativity of this world. But when we come back, then we have to wash our all system, which has been altered by the radiations of the negative power and charging of the negative power, and that we are again clean. And in the night we are just enjoying the heavens. Because it is a law in the nature that what you deserve, you will be given that place automatically. You are not to ask for it. Because God is there in us, and is only waiting for that how much you are clean, how much you are clean. I am waiting for you become a little more clean, so that you are making a little more suitable for the higher one, and I may put you over there. He is waiting for only to lift you up, to raise you up, to elevate you. He is not feeling that you should be down, and he wants also to help you in this respect. And he tells that what are cleaning agencies which I have given to you, which I tell you or connect you in the form of the master, that you employ those and you get yourself cleaned, and I will help you in this cleaning, and that you are to go up and up and up. That is a process also. So this we are to know, that we are to live in this world, no doubt, which is of really darkness, which is really full of all black soot. That there are some people who work in some kind of factories, and there are some people who also clean the chimneys, which are all full of soot. And there are some people who are working in the coal mines. When they come out of the chimneys, when they come out of the coal mines, what do they look like? You know very well what they look like. But they are not like that really. Only they look like from the outer substance which has been adjusted upon them, stuck to them. And if they do not wash it, then where they will be accepted? Will they be accepted in any society or in their home even? Not anywhere. They will only be told, okay, go back. Where from you have come? From the chimney or from the coal mine? You are only suitable for that. That is not acceptable, because if we have done something for some good purpose and we have got something out of it which has really done something hard with us, we are to try to again come to our original existence, and that we may not lose our glory, our beauty, our goodness, our beautifulness, and what a life wonderful. That should be our idea. And if we go on with the same thing, we will go and get more and more dirty, more and more unacceptable, and that we have now done such like tidy upon ourselves that we are totally unacceptable to our holiness. To our holiness, we are really all holy. And our holiness is the same as the holiness of God. And basically it is there still with everybody. It has not changed. That it has really become now ugly, it cannot be changed. There is all possibility to change it. Again become same pure. For everybody who is living in this world as human being, is there chance that they can all be perfected. As Father God is holy, we can also be same holy. For everybody there is chance. Nobody is hopeless case. But we have not thought of it. We don't have an idea of it, that how we can come out of this hardness or the ugliness of the life full of problems, worries, diseases and sufferings. And we go along in this world as it is. That is not a positive idea, that to suffer and live a life of suffering, that is not our life. We are to live, we will live, but we are to live that life which is enjoyable. Otherwise, there are people in this world who are suffering. Some people have got such like diseases that which are incurable. Some kind of AIDS or some diabetes or some other diseases are also there and they which are incurable. And people are going along suffering, but do they like to suffer? If you ask them, there is some remedy, at once they will open their eyes. Where is that remedy? Where is that remedy? Because it is something hard that they are suffering and they don't want to suffer, but they cannot come out of it. And they have to suffer. There is some tragedy which is pressing them. They do not like it. This is also the case with every one of you. Every one of you are suffering, but you cannot come out of this suffering. You have to go through suffering, and you are therefore feeling hopeless, helpless. Okay, I have to go through this my old age. I cannot get up, I cannot digest, I have lost my teeth, I lost my seeing faculty or bed weak and hearing also, or some other functions are also gone away. And I am not now to regain the same which I had been enjoying some time back. We are in some kind of desperation. And all the people, now I am talking the example of the old persons, how they are going through. Is there that they want it or they feel like accepting it? No. They again, anybody, any person, an old one, you go, he will like to become a young person. No one will say, I will, okay, go on and enjoy an old person. Nobody will like. Because this is not the style of life, that we are to be old. Everybody who is to live is the style of life that we are competent for everything. There is nothing impossible from us, and that we can do everything and we can have everything and enjoy everything, not to suffer anymore, never. This is the basic feeling or desire of every living being. And that is to be fulfilled. If it is not fulfilled, then we can say that it was our nature like that. As you see, all the trees and plants and the other living beings of this earth, they are suffering. But they have not feeling of suffering. Due to reason that God has made their life in that state, that they are not to have any better life, and therefore they have not any idea to have any better life. They go on the same way, all these wild animals or any animals, even in your own home, they will not feel like improving their life. Whatever life they had been going along, their ancestors, they will also go along. It is something ingrained in their heart that this is your life. There is nothing better than that. So they are not really worried about, and they are also not suffering really, because they cannot rise up, and therefore there is no suffering for them. But for us, when we are not enjoying what is destined to us, what is given to us, and that is our basic lifestyle, then there is some desire in us, some struggle in us, some fight with us. No, I don't like this. I don't want this. Go away. Take it away. Because it is not adjusting with us what we like, that it is not with our liking. And that there are some dislikings. And there are some likings that I like this, I want this. I like this, I want this. We run for that. And we work for that. That is an urge in us. And that is a beautiful urge, that we are having some urge in us, that what we are going along, it is not acceptable. I have to find something better, something higher than this. And where that is higher, where something that better is there, that is now the problem, that we find the way in which we can go on. That there might be some like people who had got some disease due to some cause, and they go on with the same cause for the more and more. And that they will go on suffering more and more. Because what cause of suffering was there, they could not understand that this is the cause of suffering. And they took it, that is my lifestyle and I am to enjoy it. And they went on collecting more and more suffering, rather instead of getting something better out of it, which we were in expectation of that. That is the main difficulty in this world. And that we are feeling like that this world is a source of peace, source of enjoyment, and source of life, that we can live with the arrangements of this world. Everybody who is working as mind and intellect connected to it have this misunderstanding. It is under illusion and delusion. And therefore God had to come down to tell us that please, this is not your lifestyle. This is a way of destruction. It will destroy you. But you think it will help you, it is opposite to that. And that you are not able to work with your knowledge self, which I have given to you. I am the only knowledge self. I am the only life. I am only worth living. I am the only friend of myself. If I want that there should be somebody who should be my friend, or who should be my little comfort, or some peace, or some kind of my companion in some way, I will find only enemies. I know. I will not find anybody who is to help me, because it is only myself who is there for me. Anybody outside of me cannot be for me. I can be for them, but I am not to expect anything from anybody else from outside. This God will tell. This also we have to know at the level of our God self as soul, that the soul is perfect. In Vedas it has been described that he who has found and realized himself as soul has known everything and has also found everything. There is nothing more to be known, nothing more to be found. One is perfect in all knowledge, wisdom, glory, beauty, light, life, everything is there. And one is overflowing with all these glorious stocks of goodness from God. And anybody who goes to that person will be blessed by all those blessings also lifestyle. But that person will not be needing any help from outside. That person will be perfect in his own self. This is talked about the human beings. That the human being has been given basically soul. There is no person, human being in this world who may say or complain that God has forgotten to give me soul. I am without soul. Basically, God first makes you soul. And after making you soul, then he has told, now I have made you. God made man in his own image. In his own image made he him. That what he made just as he was himself. But when we had to come down, then all these adjuncts were put upon us later on. That if you have some ball and it is rolling down through some wet ground, if it rolls through some yellow ground, it will be coated with yellow. If it then rolls down in some red ground, it will pick up red, another layer. And as is a proverb in your country, that ice rolls goes on increasing bigger and bigger as it collects more and more ice, through which region it goes on. That through any region or any place which we go through in contact, we collect something out of it. And at last, then we are only what is outside, outermost, and what is inside that is totally lost. Our size is lost, and what is there, adjusted or stuck to us, that is only valuable. And that can be negative, that can be hard, that may not be acceptable to us. It is necessary, it is generally there. That what is your body, that is acceptable to you. But if something stuck to your body, anything, that will be something negative, that is hard, that problem to you. You will have to wash your body and keep it and make it again in original self. If our body needs in its original self, anything sticking to it, that is not acceptable. In the same way, our soul also has to be in its original condition. It is not to have anything which is foreign to it. Only then we will be able to live as soul. And life of soul is low life, which is a standard life, highest standard, where there is nothing better than that. And that is to our satisfaction. Because we have basically our own life. If we are let it be, I should not say that we are just in some place where there only dogs are living, or some cats are living, or some cows are living. Will you be adjusted anywhere like that? Because you do not belong to them. You will only feel like living with your own fellow beings, that like you, because that is your standard of life. And the soul, when it is soul, then it will only be feeling like living in its own standard. And that own standard is kingdom of God, where God is there, and it is adjustable to God. Because it belongs to God. It is having been the seal of God, and it cannot bear anything less than God. It cannot bear anything less than God. And its life is really wonderful, 100% adjusted with God, and then it will relax. Forever, for eternity. No difficulty, no problem, no struggle. Everything, wonderfully, wonderfully going on. That the dog has now joined the river and it will go back to the ocean without efforts. It only found some companion, some lifestyle, and lifestyle will take it to its lifestyle and it will live forever. My dear, this is the lifestyle of the man. In short, I have just told you. But you have to diagnose that what is the problem, trouble. If you cannot diagnose, then you go to some doctor, he will tell you why you are having this disease. Don't do this thing again. And try to work like that. And he will give you some helping factor also in some kind of medicine. Otherwise, our own dining table is our medicine table. If you know what is useful for me, what is not useful for you, and you select your food, then you can work with yourself. That you need not any doctors or you do not need any medicines even. Because what we eat, what goes into our body, that has its own effect, and everything has its different effects. And when you eat some medicine, that also you eat something, and that it has effect upon us. And that medicine has also been prepared from some things of this world, from some plants, from some other objects. And if we directly from the dining table we go along adjusting our food and knowing the character of each food which we are having, all the ingredients which are there, we know what is the effect of it. And then we can adjust our body accordingly. This is also very, very basic knowledge which is needed to us. But it is not available in this world. But this is available to you. Even if you are not told, you will know it. Automatically you will find what is good to you. Sometimes you will have found some craving for something. And that craving is there maybe due to some kind of agency in you, or maybe your need of your body, that just simply you see that you are feeling thirsty. It means you are diseased of this thirst. This disease you are to have water as medicine. Water is the medicine. If you go to doctor, that I have thirst, I am feeling very, my mouth is dry, please help me. You give me some injection of water. And you pay for that, and we thank you that he has given really good medicine. Only he has injected water in you, which you are needed really. And if you find it that it is only in such of water, that I have not water in my body, and it needed, and I may take water, that will go away. In the same way, there are some urges in our soul that when we have any difficulty or any problem, soul will tell this is thing. This you are to eat, this you are to drink, this you are not to have, this you are to have. This is going on already in the animals. In animals, you will find what they need, some greenery, is need some other growth which is there. They will select their food out of that. What they need, they will eat. What is harmful for them, they will reject it. Sometimes you would have found that hen or their chickens, you offer something, they will eat some little of it and then they will not further eat. Because they know this is much I only needed, no more. And then they will go to some other thing, and that they will select. And they will eat some little, further they will not eat. Because there is automatically working some kind of intelligence or wisdom that this you need, this you do not need, this is harmful, This is useful now in this condition. And only up to this quantity, not more than that. This is not with us because the mind has been adjusted with us and intellect has been adjusted with us, which has got no understanding, basic understanding, no knowledge. And therefore we are going around, going through all that substance which is totally deleterious to us, totally opposite to our feeling or our way of life, that we are only to create sufferings for ourselves. Everything, I am sorry to say, whatever we do at the level of mind and intellect, we always will go on collecting sufferings. This is a definite that I have to tell to you. You may like, you may not like it. It is up to you. But I have to declare it 100%. All the masters have declared 100% that this mind has got no understanding and feeling, and this intellect is also opposite to you. It is not in favor of you. These are your biggest and most dangerous enemies which you are having with you always around 24 hours. Any enemy which is in the neighborhood will not be able to do so much harm to you as that enemy which we have accepted or invited in your own house, and he will be sitting by your side, he will have a dagger, he will put in your belly and will kill you. So this mind and intellect is our biggest helpers also and also our biggest enemies also. When these are under our control of the soul, that soul is ruling and they are working, so they will work in the world. These are agencies, mind and intellect and body, to life of in this world of the body. If these are not there, we will not be able to live with the body, and without the body, soul can also not live. This is also necessary that we have to go out to get the intellect and mind. But these are to be subordinated to our soul, ourselves. And when we are ruling it, controlling this, then we will be our best friends. Because these friends are needed. Without these, we cannot live in this world. But we are to be safe from their own intentions, own behaviors. We are not to accept anything which is there from the mind or intellect. We are only to work in our own perfection, which that knowledge and wisdom which is perfect in its own self. And that will be final, and that is never to err. It is all foolproof, and it will do everything. Whatever is their problem and difficulty, it will solve everything. Then this has been told to the man from the very